Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, 2018, is the second installment in the Fantastic Beasts film series, which is set in the wizarding world created by J.K. Rowling. This movie takes place in the 1920s, several decades before the events of the Harry Potter series. It follows the adventures of magizoologist Newt Scamander, as well as several other characters, as they confront the dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald, who seeks to dominate the magical world. The movie opens with a dramatic sequence showing the capture of the dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald, Johnny Depp, who has been imprisoned in a magical fortress. Grindelwald is a powerful and dangerous wizard, and he is being transported to Europe in chains by the Ministry of Magic. However, Grindelwald has a plan to escape, and he uses his dark magic to break free. His escape is orchestrated with the help of loyal followers who are able to free him from his chains, causing a major disturbance. Grindelwald quickly flees to Paris, setting the stage for the conflicts to come. Meanwhile, Newt Scamander, Eddie Redmayne, the magizoologist and protagonist, is dealing with his own personal issues. At the start of the movie, Newt is in London, and we learn that he has been banned from traveling internationally by the Ministry of Magic due to his past behavior. The Ministry does not trust him, especially after the events of the previous film when he had a hand in exposing some of the magical creatures to the public. Newt's personal life is also in turmoil. He is still heartbroken over his breakup with his love interest, Tina Goldstein, Catherine Waterston, who is now working as an Auror, a magical law enforcement officer in the United States. Tina has distanced herself from Newt, and he is frustrated by this. However, Newt's troubles deepen when he receives an urgent letter from his old friend, Albus Dumbledore, Jude Law. The letter urges him to go to Paris, as Grindelwald is planning something dangerous and needs to be stopped. In Paris, another central plotline begins to unfold. Credence Barebone, Ezra Miller, a young wizard who has been struggling with his magical powers throughout the first movie, is still on the run. Credence is confused about his identity and powers, and he is being manipulated by Grindelwald, who claims to know the truth about his past. Grindelwald uses Credence's anger and desire for answers to convince him to join his side, promising that Credence will finally discover who he truly is. Grindelwald is also working to create an army to fight against Muggles, non-magical people, and he needs Credence's unique power to help him achieve his goals. Credence is led to believe that his destiny is tied to the Dark Wizard, and he begins to trust Grindelwald more and more, all while struggling to control his destructive abilities. As the plot unfolds, Newt Scamander's mission becomes more complicated. He is tasked by Dumbledore with finding and protecting Credence, but there are many layers to the situation. Newt is accompanied by his loyal companions, his brother Theseus Scamander, Callum Turner, who works as an Auror, and his friend, Jacob Kowalski, Dan Fogler, a Muggle who has unknowingly become involved in the magical world after meeting Newt in the first film. Jacob is in love with Queenie Goldstein, Alison Sudol, Tina's sister, and his romantic relationship with her is also a subplot in the movie. Queenie, who is a Legilimens, someone who can read minds, has her own internal struggles. She feels isolated in a world that keeps her apart from Jacob due to their different magical statuses, and she is drawn to Grindelwald's promises of freedom and acceptance. Newt, Theseus, and Jacob work together to track down Credence, but they are constantly one step behind Grindelwald. Meanwhile, Grindelwald is planning a large rally in Paris, where he will announce his intentions to take control of the magical world and wage war on the Muggles. The stakes are higher than ever as the battle for the future of the wizarding world begins to take shape. As the search for Credence intensifies, Newt, Tina, and others come closer to uncovering the truth about Credence's parentage. In a shocking twist, it is revealed that Credence is actually the long-lost child of a prominent wizarding family, the Dumbledore family. Grindelwald had been manipulating Credence by using him to seek revenge on Albus Dumbledore. Dumbledore is a key figure in the Harry Potter series and is portrayed as a wise and kind mentor, but in this film, he has a more mysterious and secretive role. Grindelwald uses this revelation to further manipulate Credence, telling him that Albus Dumbledore is his real enemy and that he must destroy him to fulfill his destiny. This twist significantly alters the course of the plot, as it reveals that the stakes of the battle between Grindelwald and Dumbledore are much more personal than anyone had realized. The conflict between these two wizards goes deeper than politics. It is a battle between two powerful men with a shared history, and now, Credence's role in that history becomes crucial. The climax of the movie occurs when Grindelwald holds his rally in Paris. Here, he addresses his followers and announces his plans to rise up against the Muggles, whom he sees as inferior to wizards. He wants to establish a new world order where magical beings are in charge, and he appeals to the darker aspects of his followers' desires. Newt, Tina, and Theseus, along with Jacob and Queenie, arrive at the rally, each with their own motivations and goals. A massive confrontation ensues, with powerful magical duels between the wizards. Newt faces off against Grindelwald's followers, while Grindelwald himself engages in a battle with Dumbledore's supporters. The chaotic battle is intense, and Newt is forced to confront his own inner demons as he fights to stop Grindelwald's plans. During the battle, Credence, now fully under Grindelwald's control, struggles with his emotions and powers. He faces a tough choice: to remain loyal to Grindelwald or to embrace the possibility of finding his true family. Ultimately, Credence's destructive powers are unleashed, causing a massive surge of magical energy. The battle reaches its peak as Grindelwald manipulates Credence's anger, but in the end, Credence's emotional conflict leads him to reject Grindelwald's influence. The movie's ending brings a sense of resolution to some of the character arcs, but leaves many questions unanswered. Grindelwald escapes once again, having narrowly avoided capture. However, his plans to dominate the magical world have been delayed. The characters reflect on the battle and its consequences. Dumbledore, who has been working behind the scenes, is revealed to have a deeper connection to Grindelwald than anyone had anticipated. The film alludes to a past relationship between the two wizards, one that is complicated and filled with both love and betrayal. It is hinted that Dumbledore may have been aware of Grindelwald's true intentions all along, and that the personal stakes between them are much higher than they seem. The film ends with several unresolved threads, setting up future conflicts in the series. Newt and Tina's relationship remains strained, and Jacob's love for Queenie is complicated by her decision to follow Grindelwald. Credence, still searching for his true identity, stands at a crossroads. And as Grindelwald continues to plot, the magical world braces for the storm that is sure to come. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is a film about secrets, power, and the complex relationships between its characters. It introduces new elements